Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we start with the example problem 10.3. See here, first we will discuss 10.3 example and then example 10.4. Afterwards we are going to discuss the important application of Pascal's law, that is hydraulic mission, hydraulic missions. Okay, now we are going to see first example 10.3. The density of the atmosphere at sea level. The density of the atmosphere at sea level is 1.29 kg per meter cubed. Kg per meter cubed. Full stop. Assume that it does not change. Assume that it does not change with altitude. Full stop. Then how high would the atmosphere extend? Then how high would the atmosphere extend? Okay, right. The question is, the density of the atmosphere at sea level is 1.29 kilogram per meter cube. Full stop. Assume that it does not change with altitude. Altitude means height. Altitude. Full stop. Then how high would the atmosphere extend? Okay. See here. Now here we are going to use the formula P is equal rho into GH. Rho into GH. Okay, right. So to calculate the height to which the atmosphere has to extend, we are using the formula P is equal to rho GH, right? Rho GH is equal to P value already given, that is what atmospheric pressure 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5. On the left hand side, we have to substitute all these values now. Rho GH. Rho is 1.29 kilogram per meter cube. G value is 9.8 meter per second square. And H value is H meter, that we have to find. So by equating like this, therefore H is equal to 7,989 meters. So if we complete this mathematical process by sending 9.8 to that side and 1.29 also this side, that is towards right hand side, we are getting height value as 7,989 meters. That is approximately equal to 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. Okay, right. Next. See, in this problem, example 10.3, by having the density, by knowing the value of atmospheric pressure, right, it is the general 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. We calculate the height of the atmosphere. Height would the atmosphere extend, that is what, up to 8 kilometers, right? So from surface of Earth it will be 8 kilometers, right? Here I want to say some more information, that is, you please keep in mind, in reality, in reality, the density of air decreases with height. Full stop. So does the value of G. The value of G also, right? As we are going to move away from the surface of Earth, the value of G also decreases. Full stop. The atmospheric cover extends with decreasing pressure. The atmospheric cover means what? Suppose for example this is the earth, means this is like atmospheric cover. So the air which is surroundings to us. The atmospheric cover extends with decreasing pressure over 100 kilometers. The atmospheric cover extends with decreasing pressure over 100 kilometers, right? We should also note that the sea level atmospheric pressure is not always 760 millimeters of Hg. A drop in the Hg level by 10 mm or more is a sign of an approaching storm. So what he is saying is, as you are moving away from surface of earth, the density of the air will decrease. G value also will decrease. Then the atmospheric cover extends with decreasing pressure over 100 kilometers. Okay, we also keep in mind, we also should note the point, the sea level at the atmospheric pressure, right? The sea level atmospheric pressure is not always 760 mm. Otherwise 760 mm or 760, right? 760 mm or 76 centimeters, right? Both are same, right? So the atmospheric level, that is what the atmospheric pressure at sea level is. You can take in centimeters like 76 centimeters. Otherwise you can take in millimeters like 760 millimeters of Hg. Suppose if is there any drop in the mercury level by 10 millimeters or more, it is the indication of approaching storm. It is the indication of approaching storm. Okay. Next, example 10.4. At a depth of 1000 meters in an ocean, A, what is the absolute pressure? B, what is the gauge pressure? C, find the force acting on the window of area. Find the force acting on the window of area 20 centimeters into 20 centimeters of a submarine. At this depth, the interior of which is maintained at sea level. The interior of which is maintained at sea level, atmospheric pressure. At atmospheric pressure, in the bracket they have given the density of sea water, that is 1.03 into 10 to the power of 3 kilogram per meter cubed, and acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. So in this problem what we have to find? We have to find three things. One is absolute pressure, another one is gauge pressure, another one is, right, one is atmospheric pressure, another one is gauge pressure, last one is force acting on the window of area 20 centimeters into 20 centimeters of a submarine. Okay, that is. So three things we have to calculate. What are the given things? Depth, that is 1000 meters, at a depth of 1000 meters, and they have given the density of sea water also as 1.03 into 10 to the power of 3 kilogram per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity is also 10 meter per second square. Okay, see here they have written the given values. Here they have written the given values as h and rho, right? Absolute pressure P is equal to PA plus rho GH. This is what we discussed from previous class. We discussed in the previous classes. PA plus it is rho GH. So P is equal to PA plus rho GH, that is equal to 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal plus 1.03 into 10 to the power of 3 into 10 into 1000 meters. So this is mathematical. So this if you complete this multiplication and this addition, right, this will give us 104.01 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. That is approximately equal to 104 atm. That is approximately equal to 104 atm atmosphere. Next, second thing we have to calculate gauge pressure. So what is the gauge pressure? We already know, that is what P minus PA, the pressure difference between 2 points. The one point is atmosphere, the another point is where we are going to find, right? P minus PA is equal to rho GH. From this formula itself we can write P minus PA is equal to rho GH, that is equal to PG. Pg means what? Gauge pressure, right? Now, gauge pressure is equal to 1.03 into 10 to the power of 3 kilogram per meter cube into 10 meter per second square into 1000. So, which will give us 103 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. So, if we complete this mathematical calculation, which will give us 103 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. That is approximately equal to 103 atm. 103 atm. Okay. Now, next one, that is we have to find force acting on the window of a submarine. See, generally when you are traveling in a car, also window is there, no? Similarly, you can watch in YouTube what is the submarine. Submarine videos are available, right? You can watch. So, submarine also has a window now. So, what is the force acting on the submarine? It is very important. Romba mukyamana vishayam. Why? Because suppose if there is more force what the window cannot bear, then what will happen? So, the window pane, the glass will be broken. Then what will happen? The total water will enter into the submarine. So, it will collapse, right? So, the people who are staying in the submarine will die. So, that is why the force acting on the submarine definitely depends upon how much depth the submarine has to travel, right? How much depth, at how much depth from surface of ocean the submarine is traveling. That's we have to keep in mind to calculate the force acting on the window pane of a submarine. Okay. Here, you know the pressure, what is the pressure outside the atmosphere? What is the pressure outside the submarine? That is P is equal to PA plus rho GH, no? For example, it is the surface of the ocean. Here submarine is present. So, what is the pressure here? Pressure here is equal to PA, what is the pressure here, plus rho GH because of this height, because of the density of seawater and acceleration due to gravity. So, at this point the pressure is P is equal to PA plus rho GH. PA plus rho GH. Okay, that is right. So, the pressure outside the submarine is P is equal to PA plus rho GH. P is equal to PA plus rho GH, right? The pressure outside the submarine is P is equal to PA plus rho GH, and then P is equal to PA plus rho GH, right? Now, right? See, the pressure outside the submarine is P is equal to PA plus rho GH, and the pressure inside it is PA. The pressure inside it is PA. That is what equal to atmospheric pressure. Hence, the net pressure acting on the window is gauge pressure. The net pressure acting on the window is gauge pressure. What is the formula for gauge pressure? Already we discussed in B. That is what P minus PA. P minus PA. Okay, right. Now, what is the area of the window? Already they have given 20 centimeters into 20 centimeters. That is what we have to calculate into meter square. Square centimeter they have given. We have to convert into square meter. Right. Now, the area of the window is A is equal to 0.04 square meter. 0.04 square meter. The force acting on it is, F is equal to Pg into A. See, Pg already we calculated, no? That is 103 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal into area 0.04 square meter. So, which will give us 4.12 into 10 to the power of 5 newtons. This is the force acting on the window of the submarine. Okay, right. 4.12 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton. Next, most important topic from this chapter, that is hydraulic missions. So, in our previous classes we discussed what is Pascal's law. So, this is the application of Pascal's law. Hydraulic mission is the application of Pascal's law. Right. Before entering into the concepts, I will tell you some of the important information which we are utilizing in our daily life, right? See here. For example, if we consider the change in pressure on a fluid contained in a vessel, right? And if you also need to consider a horizontal cylinder with a piston and 3 vertical tubes at different points. The pressure in the horizontal cylinder is indicated by the height of the liquid column in the vertical tubes. It is necessarily the same in all, right? If we push the piston, the fluid level rises and in all the tubes, again reaching the same level in each of them, right? I will tell you in simple manner, right? So in our textbook they have given much information, but what he is saying is, in our previous class means before the previous, we discussed one of the picture, that is what illustration of hydrostatic paradox. Illustration of hydrostatic paradox. There are like 3 different vessels, okay? So in those 3 different vessels, right? Once in one particular vessel, if you change the level of the fluid, in the remaining 2 vessels, the level of the fluid will be changed. The surface level of the fluid will be changed. But once if you remove the applied force, which causes the change in the level of one of the vessel, then automatically the remaining 2 in the remaining 2 vessels also the level will become horizontal. So what I am saying is, under the external pressure, under the external force only, you can change the level of surface of water in one particular vessel, right? That is the only reason. Once if you withdraw the applied force, then automatically all the vessels will get the same level of fluid. That's what I want to say. Okay, right. Now, next thing is, see here. This indicates, what is that? Just now I told you, So it indicates that when the pressure on the cylinder was increased, it was distributed uniformly throughout. When the pressure on the cylinder was increased, it was distributed uniformly throughout. Full stop. We can say, that's what we are saying clearly. Just now I explained you, but now the same explanation we are going to give in the form of sentence, right? In the form of sentence. You please try to understand. Whenever external pressure is applied on any part of a fluid, contained in a vessel, it is transmitted undiminished and equally in all directions. I will repeat once again. You just every word you have to observe, every word you have to digest when I am explaining, okay? Whenever external pressure is applied on any part of a fluid contained in a vessel, it is transmitted undiminished and equally in all directions. This is the Pascal's law for transmission of fluid pressure and has many applications in daily life. So what he has given here, So you are going to apply external pressure at one point in a liquid, but whatever the pressure you are applying, that pressure transmits in all directions without changing its magnitude. Okay, obviously pressure is a scalar quantity, but anyhow, so undiminished means without changing its magnitude. Okay, right. Now, see, the application of Pascal's law means we have number of devices. For example, hydraulic lift. For example, hydraulic brakes. Right? This is all based on the Pascal's law. Okay. In these devices, fluids are used for transmitting pressure. Okay, right. In case of hydraulic lift, in a hydraulic lift, as shown in this figure, see here, observe. See what is it's the A1, it is A2. A1 means area of cross section of this. A2 means area of cross section of this. The force applying here is F1. The force experienced means the force applying on this piston like material is F2. Here we have a car. Right? That is. See, in these devices, fluids are used as a transmitting pressure, right, in case of hydraulic lift or hydraulic brakes. In a hydraulic lift, as shown in this figure, 2 pistons are separated by the space filled with a liquid. This is the liquid. It is one piston, it is another piston. Okay, right. Now, a piston of small cross section A1 is used to exert a force F1 directly on the liquid. Then what is the pressure here? You know the formula, P is equal to F by A. The pressure P is equal to F1 by A1. That pressure will be transmitted to here, not only to here, to every part of the fluid without changing its magnitude. That is what equally in all directions. So here also up to this point also as usually that pressure will be transmitted. Okay. So the pressure P is equal to F1 by A1 is transmitted throughout the liquid to the larger cylinder attached with a larger piston of area A2. This is what. Okay. Now, which results in an upward force P into A2. So what is the upward force here? That will be equal to P into area of cross section of this piston, that is A2. P into A2. Therefore, the piston is capable of supporting a large force, that is what, large weight of, say for example, car or truck placed on the platform, that is F2 is equal to P into A2. F2 is equal to P into A2. In place of P I can write F1 by A1. No. In place of P I can write F1 by A1. So P into A2 is equal to F1 by A1 into A2. Now, by changing the force at A1, the platform can be moved. The platform can be moved up or down. Up or down. By changing the force at A1 means what happens to F2? See, which is in the numerator, no? Which is in the numerator. So if you are decreasing this force, it will be decreased. Right? If you are increasing this, it will be increased. When F2 will be increased, the piston will move up. When F2 will be decreased, the piston will move down. That is the situation takes place so that you can lift the car easily. So what is the applied force that has been increased by a factor of A2 by A1? Thus the applied force has been increased by a factor of A2 by A1, and this factor is the mechanical advantage of the device. Mechanical advantage of this device. Okay, right. Here one of the important point I will tell you simply. For example, there is a car. One person is coming or two persons are coming. Will these two persons can lift a car? You just imagine. Will these two persons can lift a car? No, it is not possible. Right. Now you keep the same car here, right? And you, the two persons, will sit here on this piston. Then automatically the car can move up. So the two persons cannot lift the car directly with their bare hands, but by keeping the car here, and if the two persons just they are coming to sit here, it is the piston one, then automatically the car can go up. See, the force is same, just the weight of the combination of the two persons, but the car is easily going to lift up. So here what is the advantage? We are getting mechanical advantage, no? Mechanical advantage means what? By using little amount of force, we have to do lot amount of work, right? That is what generally mechanical advantage. So this is going to work out because of the Pascal's principle. So this is what hydraulic mission, right? So even in hydraulic brakes also the same thing will be going on. That is what we are using a fluid, and with the help of Pascal's law we are using hydraulic brakes, because brake has very important in automobile industry. No, it has a great importance, because once the brake is strong, then we will be confident regarding the driving. Suppose if brake fails means it leads to huge accidents, right? That is so that's why for one particular vehicle, whatever it may be, either car or aeroplane, whatever it may be, when it is taking off or taking on, the the brake is very, very important, right? That is. So in this class we discussed two example problems. That is what example 10.3, example 10.4, and after that we came to discuss hydraulic missions. Hydraulic missions. So hydraulic mission is the very important topic. Why I am saying very important topic means these two formulas. See, my sincere request for you is you have to understand how the Pascal's law became an advantage in case of hydraulic mission, right? For that, the simple statement, a simple sentence what I want to say is, two persons cannot lift the car with their bare hands, but because of this hydraulic mission, with the help of this hydraulic mission, the same car is going to keep on the second piston, and the same two persons who tried to lift the car will come and will sit here. So that force, that weight of the two persons is the primary source, and that force can easily lift the car. And one more thing I want to say here, suppose if you increase the area of cross section of this piston, then automatically the F2 will be increased because A2 is present in the numerator. A2 is present in the numerator. That is the reason. So if A2 will be increased, automatically F2 will be increased. So our major concentration is increasing F2 only, no? What is our interest and what is our concentration and what is our task, right? That is to increase F2 only, right? If we increase F2, we are getting more mechanical advantage. That's what happening in case of hydraulic machine. The same thing is also happening in case of hydraulic brakes and some other applications based on the Pascal's law. But here I explained you clearly what is hydraulic machine. Okay, so the first formula what we are using at piston 1 is P is equal to F by A1, and then we are going to calculate the force at second piston, right? Don't confuse me here, please concentrate, please observe carefully. I am talking about pressure at first piston, I am talking about force at second piston, right? I am talking about pressure at first piston, and that pressure will transmit to every part of the fluid without changing its magnitude. But my interest at second piston is force, not pressure. But F2 is equal to P into A2, no? In place of P, you can write F1 by A1, that is. So finally, A2 by A1 is a factor to which that applied force has been increased, and this factor is called as the mechanical advantage of the device. Okay, right. So this is what regarding this class. The next class we will continue with the next continuation topic. That is what example problems are there, example 10.5 and example 10.6. Okay, right. Thank you.